I'm glad you returned. Something terrible has happened.
Let me guess, the free mine has been assaulted by the guards from the old camp. Nobody saw them coming?
Hang on. How? But of course. You found out about it in the old camp. Gorn arrived here just before you did. What could have caused Gomez to dare to take such an aggressive step? He should be aware that such a heinous act can only provoke war.
The old mine collapsed after water seeped in.
Collapsed? Of course. Then the whole thing makes sense. Gomez has his back to the wall. He's more dangerous than ever. Now that he doesn't have anything left to lose, he'll do anything.
Gomez has had all of the Magicians of Fire killed.
Had them killed? Why in Beliar's name would he do a thing like that?
They were against the attack on the free mine and opposed Gomez.
Then we're all doomed. Without the other 6 magicians, we'll never be able to control the concentrated power of the massive ore mound. But in spite of that, I thank you for passing this dangerous message on to me.
I have been exiled from the old camp because I have helped you.
You don't belong to the old camp any longer? Then I welcome you to our community.
Does that mean the mercenaries will take me on?
Talk to Lee. He'll see to it. Then come back to me.
When you sent me to the Magicians of Fire, you mentioned there was somebody.
Well, I had hoped we could make it without his help, but the way things are developing...
Who is he?
All right. Many, many years ago.
Give me the shortened version, please.
Be patient. Well, when we, the 12 magicians, created the barrier back then, our magic powers were directed and controlled by a 13th magician.
A 13th magician? I thought there were only 12.
Most people who did not experience the early days of the colony believe that. This 13th magician was our leader. All this took place before we were divided into the circles of fire and water. But he left the old camp, which was once the only camp of the colony.
What is this 13th magician called?
His name is Zardes. Hardly anybody remembers the old stories about him. The ones who do just call him the Necromancer.
Why did he leave the old camp?
He started to investigate the invocation of undead and magical creatures. Gomez was not the only one who began to worry. Most of the other magicians opposed him as well, and his unholy deeds.
What happened then?
Unlike Gomez, he was no butcher, so he avoided the conflict and left.
Where is this magician today?
He lives in seclusion, in his tower in the middle of the Orc land. That's just about the southernmost point of the colony.
I'll make my way to Zardes and ask him for help.
He's the only one that can help us now. If he knows no way out or doesn't want to help us,
he will.
There is one other problem.
A problem?
Yes. Over the years, we've tried to get in touch with Zardes several times, but it looks like he prefers to remain undisturbed.
What does that mean?
None of the messengers ever returned from his tower. You'll have to find a way to get past his creatures.
Looks like this is going to be interesting. How will I get past his creatures?
If I knew that, I would tell you. I'd advise you to do some research in our library. Maybe you'll find something in the old books about the strengths and weaknesses of magically invoked creatures.
I'll rummage through the library, and don't worry. I'll be back.
May you return in one piece.
Hello!
I met Diego and Milton in front of the old camp.
That's good news.
They want to meet you and Lester at your usual rendezvous.
Thanks. There's nothing more valuable than good friends in troubled times like these. You're almost one of us by now. You're reliable.
What have you got planned now?
Our entire defense strategy will have to be changed. That takes time. Until Lee and his people are ready, I'll join Cord's Provisional Guard.
Are you planning a counterattack?
Not yet, but the day will come. If ever you're looking for me, start here and walk towards the mine. I'll be on guard there. Hello!
How's it going?
Everything's quiet. Nothing's moving in the free mine. Lee is still busy organizing our defense.
What do I have to do to join the new camp?
Before Lee admits you, you'll have to improve your fighting skills. It doesn't matter what weapon you use, but you have to be good. Besides, you should be very experienced with the life here and everything. If you don't want to go to the other camps, you should try to join the Rogues before you start as a mercenary. See you later.
Greetings.
Greetings, magician.
I am Riordian, the alchemist. I gather you want a potion?
Show me your goods.
Hello? Greetings.
Who are you?
I am Nefarious, magician of the Circle of Water.
People always talk. I'm not listening about something else instead. You have to watch what
Hello.
you tell people. Something about that story after all.
The old camp has banned me. I'd like to join you.
You've done much for our camp. I can make good use of men like you. Let's keep it short. Welcome to the new camp, mercenary. Here, take some armor. Good that you're here with us.
I want to learn how to handle a two-handed sword.
Okay, let's go through the basics first. Hold the sword in a horizontal position. You'll need a great swing to attack your opponent with such a heavy weapon. Raise your arm and swing it straight down. That's usually enough to knock the opponent down. Use the momentum of the weapon to bring it straight back up again. Two-handed swords are ideal for coordinating side hits to keep the opponents at a distance. That should do to begin with. Have a practice.
I need better armor.
You'll first have to earn your armor. Apart from that, they don't come cheap.
Give me the heavy armor.
This armor is the best piece you'll ever get inside the barrier, and believe me, it's worth the ore.
What do you think about the mine?
They've gone too far. They'll be sorry for it.
Yeah, there was a time when
You'll have
things
to
were-
watch what you tell. Yeah, there must be something about that story after all.
Every time.
Greetings.
Who are you?
I'm Torloff. I was involved in a mutiny as mate of a royal warship. It wasn't such a good idea. The greater part of the crew was on the captain's side. That's how I came to be here.
It was obvious. Rely on.
Hello.
I'd better keep out of it.
Satyrus said you had a reward for me.
As the keeper of the ore, I'd like to give you a small portion of our ore for your great deeds on behalf of the camp. I hope you'll make as good use of it as we do.
Greetings, magician.
May the blessing of Adanos be with you. I can help you to increase your magic powers or give you some useful items. What can I do for you?
Maybe.
Wasn't very clever.
There must be something about that story.
I want to acquire magic writings.
You have to watch what you tell.
I better keep out of it.
There must be something about that story after all. That wasn't very clever.
Some people never learn.
You have to watch what you tell people. I would like to be in his shoes, though.
Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
That wasn't very clever.
Same old story every time. You have to watch what you tell people.
Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything. Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything.
You have to watch what you tell people. That wasn't very clever.
Maybe. Some people never
People always
learn.
talk.
You have to watch what you tell people.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Maybe.
As long as I'm not involved.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
Some people never learn. But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
People always talk.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
There
I
must
better
be
keep
something
out
about
of
that
it.
story after all.
May I pass through here?
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead. Let's talk about something else instead.
Let's talk about something else instead. Maybe.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
I'd better keep out of it. But keep it to yourself. You don't need to be trouble ahead. Let's talk about.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
That's how it goes. You have to watch what you tell people.
But keep it to. There must be something about that story. I thought that'd be cleared up ages ago.
You don't look very agile. I could help you.